China's worries in 2026. When China initiates forced reunification in 2026, the military process is the least of its worries.
我操，我也不知道。
近段时间不明飞行物可是频频出现，黑龙江网友就拍到了。
However, China must thoroughly and comprehensively consider the political process.
Adjustable tail fins highlight the fighter's agility, operational range, and adaptability. Configuration not only ensures high thrust, but also provides operational redundancy, which is critical for long-range or carrier-based operations. Measuring 22 meters in both length, aerodynamic swept-back wings enhance its stealth capabilities by reducing radar visibility. These design
All political considerations will seriously affect the degree, scope, and intensity of the ensuing political chaos.
它不仅能完成前进、横卧，作为尖刀强击突入，
现敌人后火力打击，是我们
还将察打一体无人机、运载无人机、侦察无人机。
The first major issue is whether Japan and South Korea will withdraw from the war process. Has China included this possibility in its political plans? How will China arrange for this change and deal with subsequent developments? How can this juncture be facilitated or delayed? If there are early signs, how can this outcome be incorporated into the post-war political process? Second key point, how should China respond to the escalation of the US response? Should China set the maximum response level in advance, or just follow the US response level step by step? Where should the maximum response level be set? Should China prepare for a complete collapse of the existing US imperial order? If so, what preparations should be made? If not, how can China prevent the US from exploiting this political hesitation? Third key point, how should China assess the uncertainty in Europe? How can China deter Europe from jumping into East Asian war? If Europe enters the battlefield, does China have an overall response plan? Fourth question, how should China assess the nuclear risk? Where is the biggest risk point for triggering a nuclear war? Is there a prior deterrence plan? Are there comprehensive and substantive deterrence preparations? Is there a nuclear risk of escalation due to nuclear blackmail? Focus 5. How does China think about the world's operating system? Can China's philosophical foundation support a global imperial system? How will China operate a global management system after overthrowing the American imperial system? What are the risks of overthrowing the American imperial system? If the American imperial system is not overthrown, how will China position itself in the future power system? Sixth point, can China see that the whole world is already looking forward to overthrowing the old system? Many countries are willing to participate in the major upheavals in international politics in pursuit of their own interests. What are the risks and rewards of provoking upheavals? What are the risks and rewards of suppressing them? Is it more beneficial for China to cooperate with the United States to manage the world, or is it more beneficial for China to provoke a cycle of chaos? Point 7. If a country gives up the responsibility of leadership when it could become a leader, will it be betrayed and harmed by the expectants? How can China avoid these risks? If it is generally necessary to cooperate with the United States, how can China push up the risk of the United States without causing it to fail completely?